What's going on, guys? This is Jarrett from the Fansview podcast. And as you can tell, I'm not by myself. I have Mr. Brad Lodi Kane with me, a guest here on the Fansview, and someone you're not super familiar with, but you're going to be, Mr. Carlo Perruzza of CarloPerruzzaMMA. We're going to have a little fun here. We're going to do a Mount Rushmore of wrestling pay-per-views. Now, nothing specific, guys. We're just going to go general pay-per-views. So, if it gets to your pick, you say Judgment Day. It's just Judgment Day, the whole kit and caboodle.
It's all of them, huh?
That's it. We don't have to be super specific. We're going to go in a snake draft. I'm sure you guys have all played fantasy football. You guys are my guests, so it's going to go Lodi, Carlo, me, Carlo, Lodi, and we're all going to get 4 picks. If you guys are ready to get this party started, Mr. Kane with the first pick in the wrestling pay-per-view draft, sir, what would you like to take?
The wrestling pay-per-view draft of Mount Rushmore here. We got to go with Fall
Yes,
Brawl.
Sir.
You knew that was coming. Come on, that's an easy setup there.
Which one was it you cut out on me?
Fall Brawl 98. I thought we weren't being specific.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Fall Brawl. We're just going to go Fall Brawl. Yeah, Fall Brawl is yours.
Fall Brawl 98. Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. There was a little bit of a flock dispute that night, if I do remember correctly.
A little bit.
Carlo, what do you got for your first pick, sir?
I mean, I think it's kind of, maybe not generic, it's kind of expected. I mean, WrestleMania. I mean, how can you, obviously one of the craziest events of the year, nicest set, I mean, 60, 70,000 people. Gotta go WrestleMania for me. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm not taking WrestleMania. I'm going with Bash at the Beach as my first pick. You want to talk about a set? You can't beat that set, fellas. I mean, the sand, the lifeguard. Not to mention, it is the pay-per-view with the single greatest heel turn of all time. I mean, that just goes without saying.
There's that, yeah.
All right, and with my first pick of the second round, I am going to take the Royal Rumble. Me and Lodi, if you watch our interview from the Fansview podcast, we talked about Battle Royals and how much of a cluster they are. But the Royal Rumble is just in rarefied air. It's the road to WrestleMania. It's the biggest gimmick match in wrestling. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
Carlo, what do you got, bud?
I got Survivor Series. Definitely one of the better WWE pay-per-views every year, in my opinion. So much history there. So, yeah, I'm going to go Survivor Series.
Oh, we got a WWF homer.
Yeah.
All right, Lodi, what's your second pick, sir?
We may figure this out before we're finished, but all of mine have a personal flair to them. I'm going with World War III, WCW.
Oh, he stole it from me. He took it from me.
I already had it on my list, but you jumped me with the Rumble there. But I'm going World War III, the 3 rings like we talked about earlier.
Such a unique and underrated pay-per-view.
Oh, so I'll probably go for the next one. I'm going to go a little old school with it for my time at least. I'm going to go Bound for Glory TNA, but the old 6-sided stage where they used to do a Universal and every pay-per-view was the same. That's right.
Okay. All right. Little TNA introduction. I did not see that one coming.
I didn't either. That came out of left field, huh?
All right, let's see. What can I... All right, you took World War III from me, but I'm taking this one. We got WCW Hog Wild. I'm a sucker. Yes, sir. I am a sucker for an outdoor venue. The fact that pay-per-view never went horribly wrong with all those bikers, the Lord was working.
I almost got killed there on multiple occasions. We could do a whole show on Sturgis. Trust me. That place, Hog Wild, doesn't come close to describing what that place was like. It was out of control.
Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, so one more pick for me. There's so many good ones still left. But, I mean, we got a WCW guy on. I'm going WCW. Actually, this is a NWO pay-per-view. I'm going Sold Out just for its uniqueness.
Right.
What is your last pick going to be, Mr. Perruzza?
I'm going to go a little more oddball on this one. I'm going to go Taboo Tuesday. I don't know if you guys remember that one. Or it was either Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Monday, one of the two, the interactive WWE ones where the people got to vote and stuff like that. I wish
Which JR says was all legit.
Yeah,
I really wish they would have done that more because I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, Lodi, what do you got for us, sir? Bring it home strong.
We got to go WCW, NWA. How about some Starrcade?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, now answer me this. You're a WCW guy. Eric Bischoff as a fan, we all think that Starrcade is WCW's version of WrestleMania. Eric Bischoff contends that it was Halloween Havoc. Where do you stand?
Starrcade, Eric. Starrcade. I don't think Eric wanted to give Dusty and Flair any credit for how great they made Starrcade when I was a kid. That was the thing in November, right around Thanksgiving. It was the greatest thing ever for us Carolina kids. You know, Starrcade.
Exactly,
man, that was
right.
Awesome. Yeah.
Exactly right. And was that 4 for you, Brad?
I think
was that your 4th or your 3rd?
Was that 3 or 4?
I thought you had one more. Yeah, you got one more. Go ahead. Bring us home real strong. You got one more.
See, you brought it up. I was going to go Halloween Havoc. That was going to be my 4th. That was going to be my 4th.
Stole your thunder, huh?
Well, you stole my thunder because Halloween Havoc 98, I was not scheduled to work. And it was in Las Vegas. I flew my dad out. First time my dad ever been to Vegas. Took Dad with me the entire weekend. All the autograph signings. He rode in the limo with me the whole weekend. I was supposed to go out with Raven against Chris Jericho in the first match. And I was so hungover and so out of it from the night before. Raven's like, Lodi, go back upstairs and go to bed. I'm leaving the arena. I've got my bag. There's one door between the arena and me walking out into the lobby of the MGM Grand. As I'm walking through the door, I hear Perry Saturn yell, Lodi, stop. And I turn around. I'm like, what? He's got a cup of coffee and a handful of ephedrine. He goes, Eddie missed his flight. Guerrero, he goes, you and I have got to wrestle in 3 matches. And I'm like, what? Wow. And I went out and wrestled Perry Saturn at Halloween Havoc in 98 with my dad sitting in the crowd. So that was really cool. So sorry to still make it a personal and an issue there, but that was 98.
I love that.
98
love
Halloween
that.
Havoc.
Love that.
And if you ever go back and watch it, there's a spot in there where Terry Taylor called me to the back after the match was over. We had a deal set up. Perry's on me, boom, boom, boom. I'm supposed to go do a spot where I get my signs, turn around, we do something else. The girl that was getting the ring gear, right as the match starts, she gets the ring gear, but she's carrying my signs to the back. I'm like, what is she doing? Is she new here? I ran all the way to the pumpkin to get my signs from this lady, and I yank them out of her hand, and this is all on video. The kids go back and watch it, make fun of me all the time. I'm like, are you new here? I can't work without these. And I carry them all the way back to the ring. And I get back to the back of after the match, and everybody's like, Terry Taylor wants to see you in the office right now. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, what did I do? What did I do? And Terry comes in, he's like, shut the door. He goes, whose idea was it for you to chase the girl to get the signs during the middle of the match on the pay-per-view? Well, he said, hold on a second. You guys didn't make that up, did you? It just happened. I'm like, yeah. He goes, best spot of the night. He said, get out of here. Yes.
Oh,
some of the best
God,
things that happen are totally unplanned. All in my mind I could think of, we talked about everybody not being sober and performing, was like, if I don't have the signs, we can't do the spot. And I mean, I'm looking at like bro, I sprint to the freaking big pumpkin in the back because she's almost out of the arena. And so yeah, go look that up for fun and giggles sometime and watch me race down there and steal my signs.
You can't. I'm glad you were the last pick because we can't follow that. I want to thank you guys for taking out the time. There. That is fantastic. Yes, I want to thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I'm going to throw this up and we're going to have a little poll and I'll let you know who won.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate everybody.
All right.